Hello children in Walnut and Oak classes. This is your writing challenge for Tuesday the 12th of January 2021. Okay children, so yesterday you will have seen Mrs Mathis reading you a lovely story called Giraffes Can't Dance. It's this one here. And she asked you a few questions based on what you've been reading with Mrs Mathis. And today we're going to take it a step further and do a little bit of writing based around this text. It's a really fun story, and you might want to pause this video and have a look back at Mrs Mathis reading the story to you so you can remember what it's all about. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so now you've reminded yourself of the story that we're looking at, Giraffes Can't Dance, let's have a look at our challenge for today. It says, can I use adjectives to describe Gerald the giraffe? Now, maybe some of us are thinking, oh dear Miss Lyons, what on earth is an adjective? Maybe you've never heard that word before, or maybe you just can't remember what it means. And don't you worry, because we'll have a look at that now before we move on to using adjectives in our writing. Okay children, so I would like you to have a think about what an adjective is. What is an adjective? If you think you might know, why don't you pause the video here and just see if you can remember what an adjective is. If not, keep watching and we'll have a look together. Okay children, so an adjective is a describing word. It helps us to give a bit more information to the reader so that the reader can really imagine what you are talking about in their mind. So it makes our writing more exciting when we use adjectives. Shall we have a look at some examples? Okay, so here's a sentence and I'll read it to you. It says, there was a spider in the bathroom. Now, it's a little bit boring, this sentence, isn't it? And from reading it, I'm not quite sure what the spider is like. What kind of spider might it be? What might it look like? Oh, we might have spindly spider, or a scary spider, or a tiny spider. Let's have a look and see if we can add some adjectives to describe the spider and make this sentence more exciting. Okay, so here we've added some adjectives. Let's read it again. There was a huge, hairy spider in the bathroom. Oh dear. So it wasn't a tiny one after all. It was a huge and hairy spider. And now we can imagine the spider in our minds, and it makes the writing a bit more frightening. So we've got one more example here, children. A boring sentence. A slug was in my kitchen. There he is. But what kind of slug, Miss Lyons? Why don't you pause the video and see if you can think of any adjectives to describe the slug. I'll go first. Slimy. Okay, here we are with some adjectives to help us imagine the slug. Here we go. A slimy, year 2 children, you can see the E has been taken off and replaced with a Y for slimy. Sticky slug was in my kitchen. A slimy, sticky slug was in my kitchen. These two words, slimy and sticky, are adjectives, and they make our sentence more interesting. They help us to imagine what kind of slug was in my kitchen. Okay children, so now I've got a picture of Gerald the giraffe from Giraffes Can't Dance. I'd like you to pause the video and see if you can think of any adjectives to describe him. I can see that he is very groovy. He's dancing a lot, isn't he? He's quite groovy. What do you think he might be like? Maybe what he looks like, or what he sounds like, or what kind of giraffe he is inside as well. Pause the video and have a think. You might even like to write some of them down at this point. Okay children, so I hope you had a think about what kind of giraffe we are looking at here. Let's have a look and see if I can share some ideas of my own with you. Okay, so I've got some here, children, some adjectives to describe Gerald the giraffe. I'm going to read them to you. L-E, jolly. That means quite happy. S-I-L-E, silly. I've got a tricky word here. T-all. It looks like t-all, doesn't it? Towel. But actually, in this word, this a makes an or sound. T-all. Tall. Groovy, groovy, and kind. No, year twos, you'll remember. This I letter makes an I sound in this word. K-I-nd, kind. He's a kind giraffe. So, children, for today's writing challenge, we have 3 different levels. If you want to choose green level, okay, and you want something that's quite simple today to get you started, I would like you to write down some examples of your adjectives to describe Gerald on your paper. Okay, so you might want to draw a picture of Gerald, or you might just want to write the adjectives. Okay, so that's the green challenge today. Okay, so reception children in walnut class, that's a good challenge for you to have a go at. And maybe children in oak class, if you're thinking, oh, I just fancy something quite simple today, then you can have a go at that, okay? Take a picture and send it to your class teacher so that they can see. If you fancy something a little bit more challenging, maybe you're in oak class or you're in year 2, you might want to keep watching the video for another idea of what you can do today. Okay, children, here is your amber challenge, something that lots of children in oak class might like to have a go at, okay? So we've got the same picture of Gerald here, and we're going to write a sentence about Gerald using an adjective to describe him. So I'm having a look here, and I want to talk, I think, about his neck, okay? I'm going to write about Gerald's neck. I might say, Gerald has a long neck, okay? I might say he has a long neck. So I know that he is a year 1 tricky word, isn't it, children? I'm going to write it down, capital letter at the beginning of my sentence. Here we go, Miss Lyons. E. He, finger space, has a long. How many sounds are there in long, children? 3 sounds, that's right, let's pinch them. Long. Special friends. He has a long neck. How many sounds in neck, children? Neck. Another 3 sounds. Shall we pinch them? Neck. Finger space, Miss Lyons. Now have a look at my k in neck, children. It's a special friend. K, a digraph. K. He has a long neck. Okay, that's my sentence. And now I'm just going to check that I've got what I need to make it a brilliant sentence. Capital letters, full stops, and finger spaces. Have we got a capital letter, children? Yes, we have. Well done, Miss Lyons. Capital letter at the beginning of your sentence. Have I got a full stop, children? No, I don't, so I need to go back and I need to add in my full stop. Not to worry, there it is at the end of my sentence. And have I used finger spaces in between my words? Brilliant. So, if you are choosing Amber Challenge today, you're going to write a sentence about Gerald using an adjective. This is my adjective here. I've got long to describe his neck, haven't I? He has a long neck. Okay, so you're going to write your sentence and you're going to check. Has it got a capital letter? Has it got a full stop at the end? And have you remembered your finger spaces? Off you go, Amber team. If you're choosing Amber Challenge, don't forget to take a photograph and send it in so I can see. Enjoy! Okay, children, there's one more challenge that you can try if you fancy an extra tricky challenge. I think I can hear lots of Year 2 children saying, yes, please. Right, let's have a look and see what we've got for our red challenge today. Okay, children, for our red challenge, we are going to be using what are called expanded noun phrases. Now, Year 2s, you might have already heard of these. We've had a look at them before. This is when you use two adjectives in a sentence to add some detail. So, to start with, let's look back at our adjectives that we thought about for Gerald earlier on. Here we are, we've got kind, jolly, silly, tall and groovy. You've probably got lots more as well. I'm going to choose silly and I'm going to choose tall, I think. Okay, so I've got tall and I've got silly. Okay, so in my sentence, I'm going to talk about how Gerald is nearly falling over when he's dancing. Okay, so I'm going to have the, capital letter, Miss Lyons, the tall, children, as my adjective from before, the tall, one adjective, silly, two adjectives. Now, when we have more than one adjective, children, we need to split them up using what's called a comma. So a comma looks like this, and it goes on the line and it separates our adjectives. The tall, comma, silly, giraffe, danced clumsily, the tall, silly giraffe danced clumsily in the jungle, full stop. Okay, so children, I've got the tall, silly giraffe danced clumsily in the jungle, full stop. And as you can see, children, I've got two adjectives. And what do I have in between my adjectives? A comma. You're right. The tall, comma, silly giraffe danced clumsily in the jungle, full stop. I could even add some adjectives in to describe the jungle. In the thick, deep green jungle. What do I need to have in between my adjectives? A comma, absolutely. Let's read it again. The tall, comma, silly giraffe danced clumsily in the thick, comma, deep green jungle. So there's my adjectives, my describing words. I've got thick and deep green, it tells me what the jungle is like. And I've got a comma to split them up. Okay, so children, if you're choosing a red challenge today, well done you. I'd like you to write me a sentence using an expanded noun phrase. That is two adjectives with a comma to split them up. Okay, and you might even want to write more than one sentence. It's up to you. Okay, take a picture and let me see how you've got on. Good luck and enjoy. Speak soon. Bye.